Hey guys, Everyday Dad here with a video. I know I haven't had a gear video in a while, so I figured I'd do one for you today. I had a request a couple months ago for what I carry on my duty belt. So I will kind of go over the basic, what I carry on my duty belt every day, and some of the things I don't like and some of the things I do like. Now, the plus side is I'm plus size. So there are benefits of being a big cop sometimes, and that's having real estate on your belt. I know the struggle for smaller officers is they don't have enough room to carry what they want to carry, especially where they want to carry it. I try to keep everything off my lower back and up front in what I call my workspace, where I like to work from. So that's what we're going to go over today. So obviously if you have any questions, question below, and I'll get back to it. So let's start off with my mag pouch. I have a Safariland double mag pouch with a AR mag, mag for the back. It's all one piece. It's not the one that you clamp to the already existing mag pouch. This is Safariland's kind of all-in-one rig here. And so far, I'm not completely impressed with it. I had to really work with it to get it to fit the mag and the two Glock mags to where it wasn't too stiff. But I got it to where I could pull everything out now just fine. It just took a while to figure that out. But so I have a Magpul AR mag 20 rounder in the back, and it sits almost flush with the top of the magazine pouch, and then my Glock 21 mags inside. Now the one thing I will say that's probably the worst is when you're adding that weight and the width, or the depth, it tends to hang a little bit. So I have it on its kind of lowest, where it sits as low as it can, because when I had it up high, it really wanted to fall over. So that's one thing I think about this one piece deal is it tends to sag or slide down a little bit. But other than that, it's comfortable. It doesn't jab or anything like that. So that's Safariland's double mag and AR mag pouch. Most everything I have here is Safariland or Bianchi, because that's what we're issued. I don't really have too many extras. OC pouch, just the snap on top. It's not in there right now, but your basic OC pouch. The X26 holster. I still have one of the older style tasers, but when I get a new one, I'll get a new holster. But the one thing I like about this one is I can take it on and off with the clip in the back, and this thing just comes right on off. So that's nice, having that functionality where I don't have to slide everything on and off my belt. For those of you who wear duty belts, that's kind of the biggest pain in the butt when you want to replace one piece of gear. You gotta take your buckle off, slide it all off. So that's the X26 taser holster. Now normally I carry this just with the bail on top without this clipped because it always comes undone anyway. So I usually just tuck that out of the way and use the top bail. The next thing, which is an added feature for me, but it's been almost, I can't imagine working without this thing, and that is my Maxpedition dump pouch. Also wrapped in it, I have a rat tourniquet that I keep on my person for me. Now we'll start with the rat. I keep this undone instead of, I know a lot of people carry it with the loop, so you can just put it on and tighten it. But my thought is, if I gotta put this around my leg and I'm sitting down, I have to feed it through, which means I have to undo this anyway, feed it through my, underneath my leg, and do that. So I keep this undone for the most part. And that way, if I'm sitting in my car or I'm in a position where I can't loop this over my foot, you know, and up my leg, I can feed it through and then put it in and around. For officers not carrying tourniquets, y'all are wrong, man. You get a tourniquet that stays on your person, that's not in a go bag, that's, you know, accessible to you. This is yours or your buddies, you know. You know, I've been carrying tourniquets on my belt now for about 6 years, and thank goodness I never had to use it, right? But it's there. So once again, I keep this kind of wrapped up in this Maxpedition dump pouch. So it just sits in that dump pouch, and I strap it over the top. So that's my rat tourniquet. Now for the dump pouch, now why is this so, why do I say I love this thing? Well, the first reason was when I was canine, I put it on the belt so I could either put the dog's toy in there or something for him to eat or play with, or even on long tracks, I would slide a water bottle in here. It's actually made for a Nalgene. It's a Nalgene-sized dump pouch. But now that I'm not a canine officer anymore, the biggest thing I use it for, one, evidence collection. We've all been, you know, picking up shell cases and bagging them, and or say we get a gun off of somebody, and we want to unload it, make it clear. Well, I can put the components in here and not have to worry about shoving it in my pockets. It fits kind of, most guns can slide and kind of jam in here. So that works out for evidence collection. But the number one thing I use it for now, and no, it's not snacks, range day. We did away with cargo pockets a couple years ago. And unless you have training pants, which I'm lucky enough to, but still, if you don't have the training 511 pants that are issued, which most of us don't, or a lot of them don't, then you have to take your 50, 60, 80 rounds that you're shooting for the day or for that course and shove them in your pants pockets, you know, up front, which for a lot of us is, you know, kind of hard to do, especially if you have to reach in around your gun, pocket knives, phones, keys, and load up. So I dump my rounds for the course of fire into here, and I, you know, load my mags from here. Or when I'm teaching, which is more often than not, or more often than I actually shoot, when I unload my gun for a training scenario, I can put my rounds in here, close it up, and they're out of the way. So that's the Maxpedition dump pouch. And this is the Nalgene bottle size. I think I like this size. There is the bigger, kind of wider admin dump pouch. A couple guys have that. I don't like it. It's too wide. This is nice and deep, and you know, I can use it for multiple things. It doesn't have that wide one. You can only use it for just kind of throwing stuff in. Here I can throw a bottle in and know it's not going to go anywhere. Basic glove pouch. For a while I got rid of this because I actually carried, when I was working the road, carried an actual med kit on my belt. I don't have it on here today because, you know, right now I'm in an admin position, so I don't really need a full med kit because I have one on my desk. So when I took that off, I added the glove pouch back to, you know, make sure I had gloves. And let me say this, you know, go through your stuff every once in a while and make sure they're in there. About 2 months ago, if not less, I was working extra duty, which is kind of like an extra gig, but for the police department. And a shooting came in at a McDonald's, and I was the first person there. And I grabbed my go bag, which had my extra medical kit. I had my tourniquet on me. I had an extra tourniquet in the bag. And I got there, and I went to go cut his pants off, and I said, oh, let me get my gloves on. I had one glove. I thought I had both, but I had one. So that was kind of a pain in the butt. So make sure that you check your stuff. Make sure you have, you know, everything that's supposed to be in there, because you never know when you might, you know, use it. I didn't go to work that night thinking, you know, I'll be cutting the pants off somebody to put a tourniquet on, but, you know, I did. All right. Asp and your basic asp holder. This is, man, I've had this one since, man, 2001. It's held pretty good. Haven't had to replace it. So I mean, you really can't beat the durability that asp has. This is my extra asp. I carry another asp in the car. All right, Duty holster. Now I don't know the model. Let's see. This is the Glock 21 light holster. I think it's model 7360. Carries my Glock 21 and the Streamlight TRL-1. The only thing different that I have added that not every officer has is I have the ability to take this on and off and put it onto a different belt. I have like a black web belt that I used to use for our mobile response team, which is kind of like the riot cops. So I could slip this on and off. So this is also nice if you're going to the bathroom and everybody's been in that position where, man, you gotta go and you don't have time to take off your belt keepers and you're just slamming your belt to the ground. This is nice. I can slip this off and, you know, hold it up while I'm sitting on the toilet if I have to. Or if you do have to go somewhere, say a doctor's appointment, or you decide to stop and get your hair cut while you're on duty. I've sat down and been too wide for some chairs, and I can slide this off, put it in my lap while I'm getting my hair cut. That doesn't happen often. I've only done it once. Just so happened that I had to get a haircut and I was working, so I still had positive control over my holster because I could take it off and hold it. But that just slides on and clips and loosens up from the bottom. So that is the Safariland holster. Next is my handcuff pouch. And this is a asp handcuff pouch. I'm not carrying asp handcuffs in it. They're actually my off-duty handcuff holder. But these are my old Smith & Wesson. Got these when I first came out of the, first joined the police department. So I like to carry these. They're still all lubed up. I keep them clean. So there's no issue with, you know, if I have to arrest anybody, even though I'm admin. A lot of, you know, people joke that they're probably rusted shut, but they're not. So I like the open top. It's just easier to work with. And it is ripping up a little bit, but it's also about 6-7 years old. But it's still pretty good. And then the final thing on my belt is a pocket knife. I have a Kydex sheath that a deputy made me, and then I carry the Gerber Applegate Fairbairn knife in that sheath. I know it's a little overkill. One, I like the look of it. I mean, that's just a cool looking knife. Two, it's a decent, you know, defensive fighting knife if you need one. If I'm on my back or on my side where I can't get to my weapon, this sits right up front, right at my waistline, and I can reach for this and get it open. And I don't necessarily have to use it as a knife, but I could use it as a striking tool. I could use it, you know, to pressure points just to get somebody off of me. And then at the end, if I have to, it is definitely a blade. And that sits very secure in this. Somebody in front of me would have a hard time getting this out. It sits very secure in this Kydex holster that someone made for me. And I just have that put on the belt with some 550 cord. I broke the clip on it. I didn't listen to the recommendations of the guy making it, and I said, no. I want a one-piece clip that just does this. And he said, man, it's going to break. I said, no, I've seen it before. It'll work fine. Well, it broke. So I got 550 cord and run through it, and it works just fine. Every once in a while, I tighten it up and, you know, get it back from stretching. So that's my duty belt. Now, once again, I was telling you, I wear everything forward. I have, like I said, I'm a plus-size cop. So when I wear everything up here in my workstation. So when I sit, there's nothing back here on my lower back. So everything is usually from my center of my hips or my pant seams, okay, forward. I can do that because I'm a bigger guy. After the surgery that I have coming up, I don't think I'll be able to do that. So I might have to rearrange, adjust how I have stuff. I don't think I'll need to get rid of anything, but I may have to consolidate. I don't know. So only other thing that's not on here is my radio. I don't like the radio holder that they issued us, but I have the belt clip on my battery. So I just clip it to my battery and then, you know, hook it to my lapel. And I carry that, like I said, forward of my hip line. So, well, that's my belt. That's what I have for you. Like I said, I'm a little lucky. I have the space, the room to put this on. But after this gastric sleeve, I don't know. I may have to, you know, consolidate. So I told my daughter if she cleaned up, she could go to her cousins next door. Did you clean up? Uh-huh. Come here. Come here. Hi, guys. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. If you have any comments or questions about my belt, comment below. Like if you want to. And thanks for watching.